Are you happy with the companies that you keep? Are you proud of your own values and your own principles? And are you happy to pass those principles on to your children? Are you happy with yourself? And do you see yourself as a role model to your children? So, we as parents, right? We want our children to be the best. We want our children to be knowledgeable. We want them to be intelligent. We want them to have values. We want them to have discipline. Sound human beings, that's what we always hope for our children, right? And then they live with you. And then they look at you, yourself. You, the mother or the father, who wants them to be all of these beautiful things. They look at you, they don't see an example. You have no principles, you have no values, you are not a role model to them, just as you want them to be. You want them to be perfect. You want them to be the beautiful child that anybody will see. You want to be proud of them. Are you leading by example? Ask yourself. Are you leading by example? Because children, they are only small for a while. They will get to 14, 15, 16, 17. And then they begin to look at you and they're going to be wondering and asking questions. They're going to be smart. That age, they're very rebellious. So they're going to be looking at you and be thinking that all these things that you want us to be, you yourself, you don't even have values. Then they'll start challenging you. And then they start looking outside. So anybody who's telling them otherwise outside, they rather believe them than believe you. Yes. So the best way to be, if you want your children to be good humans in the society, if you want them to be respectable, you want them to be valuable, you want them to be principled, you have to live by example. No two ways about it. You have to live by example. They have to watch you and learn. Talk is cheap, okay? Even a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, they know that talk is cheap. Because you could be saying to a 6-year-old, you can be telling them one thing and you're doing the next thing, and they're looking at you like, Mommy, don't do that. Daddy, don't do that. You said I shouldn't do that and you're doing that. They will know. So you have to live by example. All right? That is number one. That's the first step of making your child successful. That is the first step of making sure that your child becomes all the beautiful names that you want them to be. Principled, valued, intelligent, and not a menace to their society. Always remember, when you are thinking of your children becoming successful, look at yourself. Take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, are they learning from me? You want them to be that perfect person. Where do you want them to learn it from? They have to learn. Where do you want them to get it from? From the neighbor down the road or from school? Then when they finish from school, they come home and they get something different? No. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and ask yourself, am I a role model to my children? And if you are not, it's time to correct it. That is if you want your children to be all those beautiful things that you want them to be. So we're going to just stop this here. I don't want this video to be too long. And we will continue in another video. Because the question I get asked all the time is, how do you make your children successful? How do you make them well-behaved? How do you make them well-mannered? Whether you live abroad or not. I made a video the other time about values that you bring from home to diaspora with you. It shouldn't change a child's attitude or behavior. No. Today is just for us to remember that our children are looking at us and they see us as their role models. Okay? So if you want your children to be all those beautiful names, all those lovely names that you want them to be, we have to live by example. Okay? Leading by example is number one in making a child very successful. And even sometimes, I will tell you guys, even when you lead by example, some children will still go the other way. Talk less of you not leading by example, if you get what I mean. So we're going to talk about this another time, okay? First of all, you want your children to be brilliant individuals. You want them to be good people. You want them to be successful people in life with values and principles. Let them watch you lead and they will follow your footsteps, okay? That's number one. All right, guys, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful Sunday, okay? Happy Sunday to you guys. Take care. Bye.